South Asia's tourism is evolving fast. In 2025, Sri Lanka welcomed 2.3 million visitors, with India leading the way at 531,000 arrivals. Indian travellers now account for roughly 25% of inbound tourism, yet questions remain about spend, strategy, and long-term appeal. On Kaleidoscope Dialogues today is Bhuvanesh Kanna, CEO of BW Businessworld and hospitality innovator behind BW Hotelier and BW Travel, who was in Sri Lanka recently. A former vice president at the Hindustan Times and a pioneer at Reliance Retail, in this frank discussion he shares his insights on regional tourism, on what's working, what's broken, and what must change in Sri Lanka. So, let me talk about South Asia's tourism. We talk a lot in this region about tourism, but in reality, is it still every country for itself?
With South Asia by name only, I mean, each country is doing its own thing. There is very little collaborative offer, and really speaking, there are only 3 or 4 places around here which are great tourism destinations, right? Around India, if you were to see, there's Sri Lanka and Maldives to the south, or you take a part of India which is Port Blair, or you go to Bhutan, Nepal, and all that. But the fact is, each one of them are doing their own thing. There is very little collaboration. But you look at Thailand and Vietnam, I mean, they have clear, consistent, and constant communication. And also, Thailand has an advantage because the Indians have really covered it up. So they know it's a familiar destination, and also it's great value for money, and the fares are good, the hotel rates are good. So, but the Sri Lankan advantage is so much which you need to explore and reach out to the target group.
India's outbound travel is real, it's a boom. Why is Sri Lanka failing to convert that momentum into sort of a sustained high value arrival proposition?
Sri Lanka hasn't reached out well. There is something that we call jo dikhta hai wo bikta hai. What you can showcase is what you can sell. So people need to know about Sri Lanka. They're aware of Sri Lanka. And we have, for all 80% of our Hindus, right? And they have a great relation with Sri Lanka. They want to reach out because there are a lot of pilgrimage spots. But Sri Lanka hasn't really communicated to the masses. There is great opportunity. And Sri Lanka really needs to get into the TG.
So does Sri Lanka still sit in the Indian traveller's mind as a cheap, quick getaway rather than a serious destination like you mentioned, Thailand or Vietnam?
I keep saying we are 1.5 billion. Not everybody is traveling. Not everybody is traveling overseas. So in many ways, Sri Lanka is an extension of India. It is so well connected. So we really need to bring them in. You just get a small chunk and you're done. I keep telling everybody, go to Sri Lanka. It's clean. The people are warm. They're stylish. They're well dressed. They all speak English.
What are Indian tourists looking for in Sri Lanka today?
What are people really looking for when they come to Sri Lanka? Beaches, hills, heritage, pilgrimage, right? And what is it that they go elsewhere? They go for luxury, they go for all things that Sri Lanka has, right? Because India has every kind of, day before yesterday when I was flying in, there's a group of 50 elders from some happy club. And they were all above 65, 70. And they were coming over here. So they were first time travelers one could see. But then they've got an opportunity. They were budget travelers, but they were well organized.
So if you compare Sri Lanka to Thailand and Vietnam, I keep going back to those two destinations because they have the largest number of arrivals from India. Where is Sri Lanka clearly losing out and why?
Communication, number one. It's not the product, it's not the quality, it's not the destination. Indians know Phuket, Bangkok, Pattaya, and all those places way better than they know Bentota. They know Colombo, but they don't know there's a Dambula. You go down to the Gaul. They are like world-class places. I'm not even talking about Trincomalee or Jaffna and all those places. You've got such destinations. Go ahead and showcase to them. Tell them this is what we have. We're not just a country of beaches, we have hills. Look at Kandy. My problem is Sri Lanka undersells itself, it undersells its strengths. Go beyond Colombo and Bentota. Showcase yourself.
Mid to high end tourists, what are they looking for from India?
Do you think everybody will come every time to Sri Lanka? No. So they're looking for new locations, they're looking for new experiences. Experiences are going to be location, hotels, the kind of holidays that they have. If you're married and you have children, you have other priorities. If your children are settled, then you have split families, children going elsewhere, like my case. This becomes extremely attractive. And also, I think you need a certain level of chutzpah. So where there's a lot of action. What are the youngsters looking for? They're looking for nightlife. You've got the casinos which are for foreigners, but not everybody is going to the casinos. So there is a target group. So you have many things for everybody.
Sri Lanka's hotels, services, experiences, you've been around Sri Lanka, you know what it's like. Are they actually aligned to what Indian travelers expect, or are we falling short? And where are we falling short?
You've got it all. I mean, you've got world-class hotels and facilities. You've got great brands. May not be as many. I'm talking about Colombo right now. But all over the countryside, you've got your own brands. And they're bigger than international brands. And they are world-class. I mean, you talk about cinnamon, you talk about jet wings, top of mind. And then you've got other brands, international brands. You've got them all. And add to it the language, the food, right? The warmth, the clean and unpolluted country. There is no pollution which we guys suffer from. So we want to get away from that. The nearest part to Sri Lanka is the south of India, the 6 states, right? They are familiar with the language that's spoken here, and the Sri Lankans can communicate with them. One, the food is there, and you're here within 1 hour. From anywhere in India, you can reach Sri Lanka within 3 hours, and there's great connectivity. There's Sri Lanka, there is Indigo, there is Air India. So, and as the crowd swells, they'll add more flights, more routes.
Are we marketing Sri Lanka right for the young people?
Please understand, nobody's going now by brochures and catalogs, right? India is a digital first market. You've got to be on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook is passé, right? You've got to be in Reddit. You've got to pipe into those guys on where they are, right? They're physically present, they're digitally present. You need to pick in there, and you need to create a database on how to tap into them. You see, roadshow, who's going to come? Agents are going to come. The ones who sell to you, their interest is margin. So you need to tap into all those points.
Air connectivity, pricing, visas, all those basic enablers. Why does Sri Lanka still struggle to get the fundamentals right for this Indian market? It's just next door, but we don't seem to be doing it right.
On all these boxes, you tick all of them. Great prices, the flights are not expensive, the ADR is damn good. Look at the currency exchange for every Indian rupee. Thanks to your last regime, you get 3.5 Lankan rupees. So look at the conversion. It's a shopper's paradise. The visa is free, it's easy. You will not believe it. I filed my application, and in under 5 minutes, I had the e-visa on my mail. These are strengths that need to be communicated to all the people. But who's going to do it? Nobody's reading newspapers, right? You've got 32 pages in the newspaper. By the time you pick up what Sri Lanka is, it's gone. You're advertising somewhere on some place, attention spans are lower. So are you able to get your entire message across? No, you're not. So you need to give one message at a time, but you need to be digitally savvy.
If Sri Lanka doesn't course correct now, what is our long-term risk?
One, low yield, and then this will remain as a price-driven tourism location. You don't want that to happen. If you were to see, the upside is enormous. From where you are, if you're able to just tap into, say, 2%, I mean, tap in means get that target group in to Sri Lanka, 1.4 billion. Imagine where you are. Today's youngsters are not like you and me. We guys were talking about saving. Those guys are talking about experiences. For us, it was going to budget hotels and budget locations and manage within our money and save up. They said, damn it, we're going for the best location, we're going for the best hotel, and we are going to have the best bank for the rupee that we don't have because they're on credit cards. You need to tie up with credit cards, you need to tie up with airlines, you need to have your network, you need to tie up with banks. If you're going for a Sri Lankan holiday, we'll give you EMIs. I don't think Sri Lanka needs to change itself. Sri Lanka needs to tell people what it is and stay true to your character rather than reinvent yourself. Do not have to create yourself as a destination that you're not. You've got it all. I forget about sports tourism. Indians are cricket mad. You've got tournaments going like we have the IPL. Get them in. The World Cup is on now.
Follow Kaleidoscope on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to stay in the loop.
You focus on your goals. We will take care of the risks. Silinko Life.